Hey, you guys, it's your girl Cherie back for another episode on Grieve, Grow, and Glow. Today, guys, we're going to do something a little different, right? Because your girl has been feeling blah. And I did a lot of self-care videos on makeup and, skincare. So I felt like this is appropriate to do on this channel, right? Because you can do self-care while grieving. Because doing my makeup is my form of self-care. So I figured, why don't I do my makeup while I chat with you guys? Is that okay? So before we get into the video, guys, as always, please like the video, share the video, comment. And if you are new here and you like what you see, girls, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? We have fun over here. So we're just going to chat. It's just girl time. Got my coffee, right? So grief takes so much out of you, right? Your energy, your motivation, your strength, right? But, sis, you still deserve to take care of you, even when you are hurting, right? There are days that you don't feel like yourself. Even in the middle of the pain, right? Grief is exhausting. Everything hurts, right? My body, my mind. There's days that I just don't feel like doing anything. But you know what? Doing nothing is okay, right? You have to find the things that bring you joy, even in the midst of grieving, right? And for me, I have found doing my makeup as a form of my self-care. And so I felt like today's appropriate to do my makeup as I talk to you and just share what makes me happy. And maybe these things that I do can help you, or it'll encourage you to find things that you like to do that helps you on days that you're feeling blah, right? Days that you don't feel like getting out of the bed, right? Because that's how I felt this weekend. It wasn't because I was dealing with anything traumatic like my grief, right? Losing Matthew. I was not in that space. I just woke up feeling tired, low energy, not wanting to do anything. And I figured out what it was. It was because I do so much during the day. From getting up early, going to work, doing an hour commute both ways, coming home, doing my content for the other platforms, preparing for this platform, on my dancing videos. I have to do that because it definitely brings me joy, right? And all the things that I'm talking about, I don't feel like it's a chore. I feel like it's a part of my healing journey. But it can be exhausting because I feel like I'm constantly running to do all the things. And my body was like, sis, if you don't sit your butt down and rest, I'm going to put you down. And let me tell you, it put me down. Not in the sense of having a fever or chills or anything. I just had low energy. And so I took a day. And you know what? It felt amazing. It really did. I was like, I'm not doing any dances today because I had some that was already pre-done. I'm not doing any things on the channel. I am just going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving. I am going to eat Okay, because eating is healing, self-care as well. All right, especially when you're on a weight loss journey and you can't have all the food. So that was part of my healing, to eat whatever I wanted without having to say, oh, you can't have that. No, boo, not today. We're going to do what heals Cherie's soul. And that's what I did. And a cup of coffee, right? If you are a coffee person, like right now, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, doing my makeup, and enjoying a cup of coffee. Self-care. Self-care doesn't always have to be the spa, right? A massage. Self-care is whatever brings you joy. Makeup, skincare, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. I do love tea. It's my skincare, right? So what are your skincare? What are the things that you like to do? Drop it in the comments. Let your girl know. What are some other things that I could do to incorporate in my self-care days? Right? I'd love to hear it. I know burning candles is another form of self-care. I love candles. Oh my God, especially like the vanillas and the brown sugars. Just having the house smell like a sugar cookie. That is self-care. It's just anything that is soothing. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong. Your girl loves the spa. Okay? However, there are days that you just can't afford to go to the spa because you're on a budget. Right? And just because you're grieving, it doesn't mean you stop living. It means you learn to live differently. You find things that bring you joy in the midst of your grief. You have to. You can't stay stuck in the pain. And I'm not telling you to stop grieving. By no means. Because your girl was stuck for 18 years. 14 years, actually. I'm on year 18 that I lost my fiance. So by no means am I saying to you to get over it. In your time. But while you're going through the grief, don't always sit in the pain. Right? Find things that do bring you joy. That remind you of your loved one, that puts a smile on your face, right? Just because you're smiling, just because you're having fun, doesn't mean that you're being disrespectful to your loved one, okay? They would want you to continue to live. Both things can exist at the same time. So don't be so hard on yourself and feel like, I'm over here having a good old time. My partner has been gone. Say it's been a month and it's the Christmas holiday. You wanted to go out and enjoy yourself, but you feel like you're being disrespectful. You're not. Okay? You're living and your partner would want you to live. Okay? There's no rule book on grief. There really isn't. But you have to understand that life goes on, that you will never forget your partner at all. You just incorporate him into your life, right? Even in your self-care, incorporate them. Is there a favorite song that they loved that you can listen to while you're just sitting on the couch relaxing, preparing dinner, doing your makeup, right? I remember Matthew, he took pride in wanting to make me happy. It was the little things, right? And just making breakfast for me was huge. Was huge. He didn't know how to really cook, right? But the breakfast meal he made, some eggs, some grits, and some scrapple. Never heard of scrapple. But you know what? Since he's been gone, that is one of my favorite meals. Scrapple is so good. And when I am going out, especially when I go to IHOP, I always get that meal, no matter what. And I feel like I'm having breakfast with Matthew. I am still incorporating the memories into my self-care day. Right? So what are the things that your loved one did for you or brought a smile to their face that you can incorporate into your self-care? Journaling is a form of self-care, right? Doing nothing is a form of self-care. And getting into the Word, getting close to God is a form of self-care. As I shared earlier in the beginning of my grief, I kind of walked away from God, right? I was upset. I was mad at him. But obviously I came back, and I'm so glad I did, because God has really wrapped his arms around me and have guided me these past 16 years, because for 2 years I was done. I didn't want to go to church. I didn't believe. I was angry, all of the things. But I came back and slowly came back to understanding God, trying to understand the reason for him taking Matthew away, right? Because I questioned that. But in my healing journey, in my self-care days, I am in the Word. And you may not understand the Word, right? Because I know it took me a long time to really understand. You have to find the Bible that works for you. I love the Bible it kind of reads like a story. I do have the New Living Translation as well, but the one that reads like a story is actually the one that I can resonate with and I can understand. And I also found this lady, Kanoy Gibson, on YouTube that breaks it down. 365 days, she reads every section, every scripture of the Bible. And that has been so healing to me, because I feel like, oh my God, I am understanding God's word and I know how to apply it to my life. Like, there's days where I don't know what to read on, right? And God knows what you need when you need it. There are like my self-care days when I'm feeling, man, all of a sudden, here come Pastor Mike McClure on my timeline, right? With a message that is just for me. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, every time I'm going through something, here come a message. That's not by mistake, right? That was purposely designed for me. So getting into my word is part of my healing, right? And so feeling this weekend, I was like, okay, I got to sit down and do things that kind of pull me out. And guess what? For me, it's makeup and skincare. So I got on and I did skincare and makeup videos that were an hour and a half that I had to chop up, because I know you guys are not going to sit here and look at an hour and a half video. So I chopped them up and I put them on the channel. But guess what? They may not be self-care for you guys, but they were self-care for me. Immediately, I came out of that blah feeling. I started feeling like myself. And I was like, this is what God gave me. He's like, okay, we have to find something that's going to be your go-to when you are feeling down, defeated, don't have no energy to get out of bed for whatever reason. It could be because you're grieving. It could be because you're sick. It could be because you just exhausted from the week. There are plenty of reasons, right? You got to find your healing. Start off with just one thing and see how that pulls you out of that funk, right? You may not be into makeup. I know my guys, fams on here are not into makeup. But what is it? Football, right? Football could be your self-care. Just sitting down watching football, either alone or with your boys. It's a form of self-care. Self-care is what brings you joy, no matter what it is. You have to find your joy, your healing. And I know makeup is not going to be everybody's. But guess what? It is mine. And I am so glad that God put me in the space to start loving makeup, because I was never that girl that loved. Man, let me tell you something. I thought I was doing my makeup right, okay? I thought I was looking. You couldn't tell me nothing until I started educating myself, watching so many different makeup artists, educating myself and saying, okay, sis, you were not doing it right. And really taking pride in my makeup and my skincare and not just throwing makeup on a bare face, right? I took the time to figure it out, to find my healing. Through God's help, of course. Nothing just happens. He always puts things in your path at the right time. And with me going through grief, being stuck, he had to pull me out. And he found that by doing makeup, I found my lane, put it that way. I found my lane. And I'm so grateful. Because not only does it heal me, make me feel good, it makes me look good. Who don't want to look good, right? And sometimes it could be a mask. I could be looking flawless, okay? And no one would know that I may be hurting that day. I know how to mask my feelings because I've done it for so long. But honestly, guys, I am in my glow season, as I stated. That's why this channel is about grieving, growing, and glowing. I've been there. I've grieved, right? Over the years, I've grown. I've taken the tools that I've learned and applied it to my life. Now I'm in the glow season. Now, glow doesn't mean you're not grieving, okay? I'm in healing stage. I am feeling like myself again, right? But grief never goes away. Don't think it goes away. It's a part of you. You just know how to channel it. You know how to live with it. And the days that you're feeling heavy, days that the memories come back, take those days. If you need to cry, cry. My advice is just to not stay stuck. Okay, don't sit in it for too long. I've learned how to pull myself out of it, right? When I'm feeling stuck. Right. Oh no, Cherie. We're not going down that road, because if you go down that road for too many days, you can get into depression. I've been there. But I'm thankful that God is with me now. He knocks on knocks taps on my shoulder. Okay, we going about to go down that road. And he pulls me out, and I just find something that snaps me out of it. Makeup. You wouldn't even know that yesterday I woke up not wanting to do anything. I laid in the bed for at least an hour. I was exhausted, and I was like, I just wasn't feeling like myself. And God was like, get up. You said you were going to do makeup videos. What are you doing? Get up. Yesterday, I did not plan on recording 3 videos. 3 dance videos. They're not, it may not seem like a lot to you, but it took me all day, because not just recording an hour and a half of videos, you have to edit. You have to do thumbnails. You have to make sure the quality sounds good. Because I go back and listen before I post, because I do not want to give you guys crap. I try to give you the best quality possible. And it takes time. But if it wasn't for God, that would have never happened yesterday. Right? So that was my healing, and it allowed me today to come on and share my journey and to do this video for you guys. So I hope that this video brought you some sort of peace, right? Peace to know that you don't have to stay stuck. You know, you may feel like the world is saying to you, hey, you just lost your loved one. Why are you should be grieving. And that is not true. Do not listen to the outside world, because if they haven't been through it, no one can tell you how to heal. No one can tell you that you should get over it. None of the things. You take it day by day. Day by day. I'm just advising you and giving you tools that I wish that I had. I wish I had someone to tell me all the different things to do, because I wouldn't have been stuck for 14 years had I had the proper tools. And as always, I always promote therapy. Therapy is another form of self-care. I love my therapist. And I didn't find her overnight. It takes some time. So you don't always have to stay with the same person. If you are not connecting, it's okay to go find someone else. And it took a while, but I've been with her. I had to think about it. I said almost 3, but I think it's going on almost 4. Next year will be 4 years in July. And I love my therapist. I love the fact that she knows me, right? And she'll sit down and say things to me, and I'll be like, oh my God, you know me so well by the things I'm saying. And she's like, you're growing. You're not where you used to be. And she'll point out, my growth areas. She'll point out things that I'm still holding on to and need to let go and to move on, right? she could be objective. And she doesn't do it to hurt my feelings or anything. And I love that. I don't want a yes ma'am type of therapist. I want a therapist that's going to tell me when Cherie acting up, Cherie being Cherie. Because I could be Cherie, right? And I know for me, my grief, one of the biggest things that, besides losing Matthew, is friendships. I grieve past friendships. And the ones that meant something to me, right? I do grieve those. And it doesn't mean that, I want that person back in my life or anything. It just means it's like a death. When you have friends that you cared about, it's you grieve those friendships. And I have for a very long time. I really have. But again, I don't let it overtake me. I feel what I feel, and then I get past it. I don't let it linger. I don't let it linger. Because you'll have those days. I know for me, I see other people have really great friendships and they go on trips and stuff, and I long for that. I long to have those types of friendships. And some days it gets me in my feelings because I had those type of friendships. And don't get me wrong, I love my girls that I am building friendships with now. I do love them, and that's why they're a part of my life, because I don't let anybody in easily. But I love there's no drama. They know when I'm not feeling myself, the encouragement I get, there's no negative coming from them. And I'm finally knowing how to slowly let my walls down, right? And when they completely come down, that's when I say I'm probably completely healed. I'm in the healing. I'm in the glow season. I'm not 100%. And who knows when I'll get to 100%. But I'm on the road to that, right? Anything that I can do that's going to heal me, bring me peace, joy, that is all for me, okay? So I hope that this video brought you some sort of comfort, that you'll sit back and see what brings you joy, things that you can incorporate, right? And let me know, send me a message. Let me know the things that you started because of this video, or you're going to start, or things that you would suggest that I try besides makeup and skincare and dancing. I'd love to hear from you guys, because you guys are my family. This is healing for me, right? Bringing these videos to you guys every week. It's part of my healing journey, right? Something's wrong with this eye. Nothing got in there, but all of a sudden it's tingling. That's why I'm closing it. Whew. Okay. So, continue to like the video, continue to share the video. And if you are watching for the first time, subscribe. come on over here and be a part of this amazing family, right? We have so much fun over here. And until next time, go out and have an amazing day on purpose. All right? It's your girl, Cherie. Deuces.
You don't care what you're doing to me. I've been down in the ruins so deep. All the games that you played, all the love you forsaken, you let it slip away.